and Amanda Sellers. If it's happening in the area, it's on Carolina and Company Live.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Carolina and Company Live. It is a Wednesday, and you know what they said this morning on the ABC News? It said Hump Day. They said it this morning.
You know what that means?
That means it's Hump Day.
That means you're cool, buddy.
I know what I'm cool.
No.
We got a great show lined up today.
We do. There it is right there. Of course, our Hollywood Minute rolling into our video of the day and then checking out our celebrity birthdays.
And right, today's lineup, we've got David Stacy, our financial expert, is going to tell you how you can retire and still have money to do things you want to do. Plus, Hillary's here from Conway, and she's going to talk about a choo-choo train. I'll tell you more about that.
Goodness gracious. Talking about some really generous Airbnb hosts that have opened their homes to people facing disaster, being uprooted from their homes. Also talking about a big golf tournament happening in Loris. All that and more. We'll be right back.
Hi, Frank. This is Jimmy Hoffa.
Glad to meet you.
Glad to meet you, too, even if it's over the phone.
Scorsese to close London. Martin Scorsese's upcoming film, The Irishman, has been selected to close the London Film Festival. The honor will take place on October 13th. The Netflix-produced film will celebrate its world premiere at the New York Film Festival on September 27th.
I've always believed that acting or directing or creating art in any way is a force for change, you know?
Andy Serkis takes on Venom. The Hollywood Reporter says the actor-filmmaker will step behind the camera to direct Venom 2 for Sony. Tom Hardy is slated to reprise his role as journalist Eddie Brock and his alien alter ego Venom. At the world premiere of The Kitchen, Melissa McCarthy talked about how the script drew her to the role.
You don't often read a script where all the characters, not just the main three, are fully formed, three-dimensional, complicated roles. Yes. And to me, that builds the whole world.
The Kitchen hits theaters Friday. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
All right, listen to this. So scientists in England have created the thinnest gold ever, just 2 atoms thick. Researchers calling it nano seaweed because of its shape. According to a study published in Advanced Science, it comes from nanoparticles stacked together using only the surface of atoms, instead the metal's typical 3D arrangement. Why in the world would they want to create 2D gold? Well, Cecil?
Well, gold has a number of scientific uses in applications like medical testing and electronics. The atom arrangement of these nano sheets means more gold atoms can take part in accelerating chemical reaction. In practical terms, that means the new gold sheets could help create things like bendable screens and electronic links and water purification systems. Sounds like something pretty interesting. I don't know what they're talking about.
Sounds like that might be a little technical out of our wheelhouse there, but if you understood it,
yeah, but I like
fine.
gold, though. I do like gold.
Oh, I know.
All right, let's find out a little bit about today. Today is Wednesday, August 7th, and this is Beach Party Day.
Ooh, that's right, and it is also Go Hang Out Outside Day. Not much time left for daylight savings.
All right, let's go. Birthdays today, 1960. David.
You'd say it.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Duchovny.
Duchovny, okay. He's 59 years old. They do that every day to me. They won't tell me till the last second. The X-Files on TV and TV series. And the movies Twin Peaks, Zoolander, and California.
All right, 1975, Charlize Theron, 44 years old. Movies, let's see, she won an Academy Award for Best Actress in The Devil's Advocate, also Snow White, The Huntsman, Mad Max Fury Road.
Devil's Advocate, wild show.
She's a great actress.
Right, 1982, there she is, Abby Cornish. She's 37, an Australian film actress. And let's see, films include Limitless and Sucker Punch. She was a model at the age of 13. 1965, let's go back to the Turtles. They did a remake of Bob Dylan's It Ain't Me, Babe, and it was released on this day in '65.
All right, 1987, the movie Back to the Beach, it opened in the U.S.
All righty, here we go, where you learn something every day. And of course, I find all this on the internet.
That's all true,
so you know it's
every
true.
bit of it.
All right, of course, Kentucky is a coal mining country, but did you know the Kentucky Coal Mining Museum is powered by solar power?
Interesting.
Can you believe it?
How about that?
Coal miners, and they don't use coal to power it. I don't know. That's just something interesting we like to pass along.
Smart thinking right there, I guess.
Pass along to you.
That's right. We've got a great show lined up. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Your Weather Authority forecast with meteorologist Zach Covey.
Well, certainly the mid part of the week may not be your favorite part. We still have to get to Friday. We still have 2 full work days to get through. But you know what? Weather-wise, it's a perfect day. It truly is. Beautiful blue sky, a few clouds out there on our Garden City camera this morning. But as we roll throughout the afternoon, I think the cloud cover, at least at the coastline, will begin to build slightly. And that cloud cover can be in part due to the Piedmont Trough, which will begin to work its way east. Now, the Storm Prediction Center, their sole job, they're based in Norman, Oklahoma, to predict where strong to severe storms are going to be that day. Today, they really are highlighting, you can see this very narrow band of yellow. It extends from central North Carolina all the way up through the Washington, D.C. metro area. That's the most likely place for strong to severe storms today. But our entire region is still outlined in an isolated risk, so the lowest tier we can go. And that's because we will have the risk of about a 20% chance of some showers and storms this afternoon. It's going to be in the early afternoon hours for the coastline. I think some dry air filters in by the 4 to 6 o'clock hour at the coast. And for inland locations, that dry air is actually going to be here earlier, and then the moisture will move in a little later. So your 20% chance inland will happen around this evening's commute. Even though the rain chances are at 50%, or excuse me, 20% though, any storms that develop do run the risk of some strong gusty winds in the kind of the way of severe weather. Now we've got this ridge of high pressure that's going to build in on the other side of it though. That's going to keep our rain chances exceptionally low. Only a 20% chance Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday at the coastline for the sea breeze, but dry air inland will limit those rain chances and boost those temperatures.
The following segment is sponsored and paid for by Airbnb. All right, when Hurricane Sandy struck in 2012, tens of thousands of New Yorkers found themselves stranded without a place to stay. To help local Airbnb hosts, they opened their doors for free, and the idea of the Open Homes program was born.
All right, joining us today to discuss the program is Kelly Bentz, the head of Global Disaster Relief and Recovery at Airbnb.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. All right, tell us, what is the Open Homes program and how does it help those displaced by disaster?
The Open Homes program was started in 2012 after Hurricane Sandy, when a host reached out wanting to open their home for free, basically to those that are displaced or evacuated. And since that time, we built a program that has now been activated in hundreds of locations around the world, but particularly for those that are evacuated or displaced in times of need. So this is typically pertinent in hurricane evacuations, which I know you all are probably all too familiar with in Myrtle Beach. But this is basically where hosts open their home for free. They waive their fees, we waive ours, and it's free to those that are evacuated, displaced, or relief workers that have deployed to help the community recover.
What are some recent examples of the Open Homes providing emergency housing?
The most recent example of Open Homes hosts opening their homes for disaster-displaced evacuees is the tropical storm Barry. However, many other examples, like the California wildfires back in last year in December and November, additionally Hurricane Harvey back in 2017, and Hurricane Maria as well. So many examples of where hosts have opened their home.
All right, so how do you prepare hosts and guests ahead of disaster that may be impacting their community?
We prepare hosts by partnering with agencies like the Federal Emergency Management Agency, otherwise known as FEMA, so that we can provide information to our hosts that are in hurricane-prone areas. And we send all of that information out ahead of hurricane season, additionally encouraging them to become hosts on Open Homes so that they're able to open their homes in times of disaster, or that they're able to know about the program to let their neighbors know or utilize themselves.
All right, how can we find out more information about this?
To find out more information, you can go to airbnb.com/disaster response and click on Find a Listing or List Your Space.
All right, Kelly, thank you for being with us today. We really appreciate it. Again, that website you'll see up on the screen, and more coming up in just a few minutes on Carolina and Company Live.
This segment is sponsored and paid for by David Stacy, your financial expert. And welcome back. Our financial specialist, David Stacy, is here with us again. We've been talking about reverse mortgage. We've been talking about a lot of things that will help you with your financial needs. Now, David's back again today. Let's retouch on President Reagan, because this is where it all actually came about.
Certainly. The concept of the reverse mortgage actually started back in the 60s, and it was refined for a number of years, and then a few professors actually presented a program to Congress, and the current modern day reverse mortgage that's insured by Housing and Urban Development, or administered by Housing and Urban Development and insured by the Federal Housing Administration, FHA, is the program that's now in existence and widely used, and that actually was signed into law under President Ronald Reagan's presidency. That was, I believe, 1989. 87 to 89 was when it was introduced, and actually the first reverse mortgage was made in 1989.
All right, the misconception that I want to point out, you do not give your home away.
No. That's the number one misunderstanding, and nothing could be further from the truth. As a matter of fact, this program actually is a worldwide program now. The entire world is seeing and experiencing an aging population and tremendous housing wealth. And it's the program, whether it's in the United States or Canada or Europe or China, as a matter of fact, it works basically the same. Most countries do not call it a reverse mortgage. Most countries will use it and refer to it as a housing pension program, and that's really what it is. But it is a worldwide program, actually.
All right, now let's give us an example of somebody that you've actually worked with, David.
Recently, I've had a lady in North Carolina had about a $500,000 to $600,000 home. Her husband passed away about 8 years ago. She still carried a significant mortgage balance on her home, and when he passed away, she was left with about a $3,300 to $3,400 a month income, disposable income that she could live on and support herself. Well, the house is now 25 years old, and it was their retirement home. But by doing a reverse mortgage, not only gave her the ability to pay off the existing mortgage and satisfy that lien and no longer have an $1,100 a month mortgage payment, that increased her disposable income about 50%. Because her disposable income with $3,300 a month, if you pay $1,100 of it towards the mortgage payment, then you've only got $2,200 left. Well, that gives her back that $1,100 a month. But it also left her with a sizable line of credit as an emergency fund. So now she doesn't have to worry about any other mortgage payments, and a sizable line of credit to lean back on it or fall back on if she needs anything.
Okay, baby boomers, listen up. If you need help, now this is the man that can help you with it. David Stacy, our financial expert. All right, stay with us. We'll be back.
All right, talking about the 5th annual Loris FFA Booster Club Golf Tournament coming up. They need players, they need sponsors, all kinds of help, a really great cause.
That's right. Nate's here with us now to talk a little bit about it. All right, tell us about the golf tournament. This is the 5th annual, right?
5th annual. It'll be at Diamondback Golf Course in Loris, right outside of Loris, off of number 9, easy to find. Like I said, 5th annual, we use the money that we get for scholarships for our students. We use it for travel when we take them to contests and conventions and things like that. And so it's a pretty good deal. All right,
now right now, do you have enough people to play, or you still need some people?
Oh, we still need people. A lot of people don't sign up until the day of. It's kind of like a mad rush that morning. So we can take them anytime.
And can they sign up the day of if that's something that they last minute can do?
We'll have it set up. We've got a whole little thing set up, a little row set up with the people signing you in and all that kind of stuff. So.
Perfect. What time shotgun start?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
All right, now you serve breakfast and lunch?
Yeah, we'll have biscuits for breakfast, and then we'll have a barbecue sandwich lunch, and we'll start at 8 in the morning and usually done about 1 or 2.
Biggest thing with this, you guys have a ton of fun, right?
Oh yeah.
It's always a lot of fun.
We'll have kids out there from the high school students, the FFA students, and they'll be riding around giving out drinks and water, things like that, and keeping everybody happy and hydrated, because I know it's going to be warm.
That's
it will be hot. All right, now in the past, y'all have rated roughly, what do you make per tournament? Do you know?
The very first year we started off, when our little committee got together, we said if we made $3,500, we'd be doing good.
Yeah.
Well, we made about $5,000 that year.
Wow,
and
that's good.
It's progressively gotten better every year. I think 2 years ago, we made almost about $13,000, and we average giving out about $8,000 a year to high school students that are graduating from Loras High School.
And the rest of them, you go to traveling when you take them to do different things because it takes money.
It does.
Tell me about FFA.
People don't realize that. You know, we go to different contests, agriculture contests. We do soils contests, wildlife contests, all sorts of things like that. And then we go to Clemson a lot, like for our convention, national convention, things like that. And you know, if we're lucky enough to win one of those contests, we have to pay to go to the contest to begin with. And if you're lucky enough to win, then you got to travel to either Indianapolis or Oklahoma, somewhere like that. And you know, it costs a lot of money to get there.
All right, tell her what FFA stands for.
All right, Future Farmers of America.
That's right.
Future Farmers of America.
I remember when I was in school, I started to get into that, and I thought about it. I said, I live uptown. I don't think I can get it. I don't want to get into that.
Well, that's one thing that they've changed. You know,
they've changed it now.
They've changed it. So usually, I'll take it back. It used to stand for Future Farmers of America, but you know, as everything kind of progressed, you didn't have as many farm kids in class. So now it just is the FFA. So,
Got it. Fantastic.
Well,
and anybody can be
That's
part
right.
of this.
All right, Nate, we
organization.
appreciate it. The big golf tournament coming up August 24th. Check it out. You can find out if you want to play. You go out and have a good time. They're going to feed you lunch and dinner.
Breakfast and lunch.
Breakfast and dinner. That's right. Breakfast and lunch. I'm sorry.
You're just worried about food,
I'm
aren't you?
just worried about food. Thank you, man. I appreciate
Thanks.
it, Nate.
We'll be back.
Right, there's always something going on in historic Conway, and let me tell you now, this lady does a lot of work putting things together. It's the Downtown Alive group for Conway, and now they're painting murals all over. We're going to talk about that first, then we got some other things we're going to talk about too. Choo-choo.
That's right. One of my favorite people to interview because I say, Hillary, what's going on? And she just does it. So, what's up?
You know, last time I was here, we briefly touched on, we've had this new mural painted in downtown Conway, and it's a train, and it's was painted by local artist Tommy Simpson. He's done a lot of work in Surfside. He's done our steamboat mural in Conway, and a lot of folks have started talking about now the train history in Conway because of this new mural.
Okay.
So I have like a few historic photos that you're probably seeing that talk about our different trains in Conway. So the new mural in Conway is of the Shoe Fly. Okay, so there were two trains companies in Conway, and the first one was the Wilmington, Chadbourn, and Conway Borough Railroad. Their engine was the Shoe Fly, which is what the mural represents. And basically it came from Chadbourn, North Carolina. It came to around 5th Avenue and Main Street in Conway. It veered off to the right and it turned itself around and went back into the downtown district and offload towards the river.
Now that was back when? How long ago was this?
That was 1887. Okay. So fast forward to about 1899, Burroughs and Collins got a charter to start another railroad. And this one was really exciting because it was going to run to the seashore. And you have to think 1900s, 1899. Myrtle Beach was Newtown. They just gotten a new name. It was this up and coming seaside resort. So they got this charter to start another railroad. And you left from the east side of the Waccamaw River. You took kind of like a Huck Finn looking raft kind of across the Waccamaw River, and you got on the Conway and Seashore Railroad, and that engine was called the Black Maria.
Do you remember that? Right?
Yeah,
I
was born back then.
Young boy. And you could ride that round trip to Myrtle Beach and back, and it was about 35 cents. And but lots of people I think romanticize that whole, we get on the train and we take it to the beach. I mean, you were covered with soot and you were sweaty. You had to stop while the cow pusher got the cattle off the track. I mean, it was not as romantic as some people think.
Right, but really neat still. Great history there.
So I'm loving that this mural and the great job by the artist, Tommy Simpson, has sparked this conversation about the history of the trains.
Now, where's the mural? Tell them where the mural is located.
It is at 4th and Main Street, right next to Theater of the Republic, so lots of folks know where that is. It's a great outdoor scene. It's just a beautiful spot. Grab something to eat or a coffee and enjoy it. And all that we talked about is also on a little plaque right there. You can learn more.
He did the one in Surfside too.
He just did one in Surfside. He did one at a restaurant recently. A lot of folks have probably seen his work and not realized that's who it was. Such a talented artist. We're lucky to have him.
All right, now the next big event will be coming up when? October?
October. We're gearing up for the fall season in Conway, just all around, from sports to events to the fall festival.
And
so
and we'll have you back on to talk
about
all of
that. So much going on. We just can't even talk about it now. We'll have to
that's right.
pace ourselves.
I love the snowball drop y'all do too.
I know.
That is so cool.
Yeah, the fall is always so wonderful. The weather gets beautiful in downtown Conway. Really comes alive. Hey, you like how
I like it. Good job. You're hired.
One of the hardest working ladies right there from Conway. Hillary, thanks so much for being with us today. All right, more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's funny, it's crazy, and you never know what Cecil or Amanda are going to say or do.
Chewing gum burns about 11 calories
It's
per hour.
Carolina and Company live weekdays on ABC 15. A fun show that makes you laugh and makes you feel good about where you live. If you just moved to the area, Carolina and Company Live is the show you need to watch. You'll find out about everything going on along the Grand Strand, Feedy, and Border Belt. Check it out weekdays at noon on WPDE ABC 15.
All right, we hope you enjoyed today's show. Always something fun happening here in the area. And of course, if you missed our shows, go head over to WPDE.com. You can click on Spotlight, scroll down to Carolina and Company. You can miss all the times that he messes up.
That's right. You can get to see them all. We got a great show lined up for tomorrow, too. We are here Monday through Fridays, and I always ask you to tell one person, a new person that's just moved into the area, and believe me, they will thank you because they're going to learn something that's going on in the area.
That's right.
I learn something every day.
Absolutely. And, you know, if you want to be on our show, give us a call here at the station. Shoot us an email. We'd love to have your business, your nonprofit, and even a big fundraiser. Come talk to us about it and have a lot of fun. We'll see y'all later. Have a
great day, everybody.